Hi everybody, it's just going to be a short video on my little bender I made, my little brake press. I did do a video, but I got a new phone, it wouldn't load. I think it was set too high a resolution, but I'll try and think back, because this might be a couple of weeks now. Right, so what have we got here? We've got 2 bits of angline. I'll go on for the end. Ooh. This is the bit of angline we bend round, and this is the bit of angline for the folding bed. We've got a nut and bolt at each end which clamps your steel on the line. Hold on, I'll just, if I chuck this in. These are the sides of the fuel tank I'm making. The good thing about having a small machine like this is the uniformity of your bends. So as long as you bend them the same, if you're making 2 things, as long as you bend them the same, you will always get the same result. What I mean by bend the same, I've done this, I've bent this end, flipped it round and bent that end up rather than sliding it through. So if you do, as long as you do the same process, I think that's what I'm trying to say, you will end up with the same bends on the 2 items. Now, the faults with this machine I made, I bought 2 thinner hinges. It's the only thing I couldn't find in my garage, so I went down the hardware shop. This is all they had. You need to get the thickest hinges you can. Just notched them out for the allowing of the lift, because you need to be able to, for the hinge to go up. Now you can either put your angle line on this way round or flip it over so you've got a 90 degree, but you'll only be able to bend to 90 degrees, and because of the flex in the metal, when you let that down it'll ping back, so it won't be 90. So it's best to have it this way up, and then you can slightly over bend it. I would like to rig up some sort of thing on here, so because I've had to take it out, check my bend angle and then put it back in, and the only thing wrong with that is you could miss your alignment on here and start another bend. So I might work out how to fit some sort of protractor on the end so I can measure everything. But yeah, I said the whole word. I think it took about an hour. These hinges were $4.99 and there were 2 bolts I had in the toolbox. I had a bit of box section, it's all made of scrap. I had to extend it. If you usually look under there, you need to be able to put it in your vise and have an extension piece in there so it doesn't hit your, give you enough room to have this flat when you slide your bit of metal in. But overall, bigger hinges on here, I would say 1.62 mil is about the maximum for bending. I use this longer bit of plate because I think what I'll do is I'll cut these off, move them up to here, so I've got a longer bend. Obviously longer bend, more pressure there is on here, but then I'll be able to word it all the way along. This is the only bit of angline I had. These are the 2 bits of metal that I've been bending metal around for the last 20 years. And really nice sharp, because angline's hard to get a nice sharp cornered angline. Sometimes it gets quite a big radius on it. Now this is parts for the fuel tank. I did a previous video for this saying that I was going to silver solder these unions in with my propane torch. That was a disaster because it doesn't get anywhere near hot enough. So I gave these to my friend Rory to get them silver soldered. He gave them to the coppersmith and he brazed them on. The only trouble when you give things to other people is the chap wanted, this is his sight gauge, there'll be a pipe on there, and when he fills it up with fuel the petrol goes up. He wanted them vertical, so the pipe went across there, and that's what he wanted. And the guy came back and he'd put the pipes like that. It's not a total disaster. I think if we just clean a bit of the thread off slowly, that will probably ease round and they'll be vertical. But that's not much of a problem. So I've got the 2 sides made. I bent this up This is the tunnel for the tank. Bent this up and TIG welded. Just run the TIG welder along there. That's my little plasma cutter I bought. CT312. That's a plasma cutter that comes with an arc welder and a TIG welder. Now it's the first time I've used a TIG welder, and I'm only running it on CO2. And that is just a fusion weld along there. I've got the filler metal ready, but I haven't had to use it. There is a tungsten inclusion. That's where, when you use TIG welder, it's got high frequency, so the spark jumps across, so you never have to touch the metal. But inevitably, when you've got shaky hands, you touch the metal and the tip breaks off, and you get what's called a tungsten inclusion. That's what that is there, and really you should clean that out, because there's a small bit of the tungsten tip in there, and then weld again. But it's not too important on something like this. So it's going to have a side on there. I purposely didn't cut the bottom out in case, because of the bends, the bend allowance. I'm going to do the base. Once I've got it all tacked up, the front and the back and the sides, I will mark the bottom out, measure it out, and make the base. So we've got this neck that we're going to TIG into the top of the tank, and then we need another union fitting in the bottom for the petcock. So we're moving on. I've just done a video I'll probably put on first, that Tree of Life. Just trying to get on top of all the jobs while the weather's crap. Okay, let's see if I get this to load up. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you like. Bye.